Curiosity. What are you so curious about? Everything, Mr. Curiosity.
Oh, that was the lamest clap ever, you guys. Come on. The start of an epic podcast, and you just go, Mr. Curiosity. Woo, 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 woo. Sean's not clapping.
Hooray. Sorry, I'm checking the levels.
All right, so get your questions in, brownbag@WNEP.com, because this whole thing is only successful as the greatness of the questions. Otherwise, we're just, in this case, 4 lumps talking. No one wants to hear that, do they?
No, we're boring.
We have Mindy Ramsey, we have Nikki Kreis, and we have Sean Dunn here, and I am Joe Snedeker, and we are going to answer your questions. But Sean,
Yes.
I don't know if you knew this. Nikki has never heard, so I want to gauge her.
Oh, my
No,
God.
it's only going to be quick. It's going to be.
Go back to any of the last 35 episodes and you'll get this story
All right, it's
about
going to be really
the
quick.
stinking
Nikki, this loofah, right?
Yeah.
My wife has them at home in the shower and everything, and I use them to clean the shower and bathtub, and she doesn't know. Is that bad?
Joe!
I know. Disgusting, right?
That's terrible.
They're abrasive. They're perfect. And then when I'm done, I rinse them off.
Oh my God.
No.
Terrible.
She puts it on her body.
Yes.
It's just dead skin cells and stuff. There's
Oh,
nothing.
It's dirt and scum and
I wash this off.
bacteria.
It's a polymer. Sean, please back me up on
I
this.
disagree.
Poor
I am a, you know
Dawn.
what? I am a horrible person.
I know you are.
Oh my. That is not what I was expecting you to say. Oh.
She didn't know about the loofah story.
All right, we'll move on. All right, so let's get right to the questions. Mindy, you're going to go first because
Why?
I can't believe the loofah is so disturbing.
It
to
is
me.
It is.
That
disturbing.
wouldn't bother me if
disturbing.
she told me she did. I'd be like, okay.
Because like you rub it all over your body and you don't want to think it's like rubbed in dirt and grime first.
Could you guys at least learn from this that it's the greatest cleaning tool around? Will you at least trust me on that?
I guess. But
I suppose. This
right,
is
what
a
do you got?
question from Thomas. What do you dislike more? The wind chill factor or feels like temperature?
Oh, this is great. This
Which
is
is
great because
worse?
there right now is hatred for both equally. Which do I dislike more?
Nikki's ambivalent.
yeah.
I just all I want to do is get the facts out so the people understand. I do believe those numbers have value, but no one understands how they're gotten. That's what bothers me. Just to review, wind chill factor. It assumes it's totally dark out. It assumes you're 30 feet up in the air in a constant wind, and it assumes you are naked.
Which usually we're not.
Right. So if it's 40 degrees, if it's 40 degrees on a winter day, and the meteorologist on television tells you that the wind chill factor is 0, it doesn't mean it feels 0 out. It means it will feel 0 if you're in a constant wind, in darkness, and naked.
Then why do we need to know that?
What do we need to know?
The wind chill factor.
My theory is, I got to watch what I say because we're in the media, is that the media grabbed hold of this and they love the drama of it. And that's why it's on all platforms. So, I don't know. It's
What about the
misleading.
feels like
Now, there's no
temperature?
doubt that the wind makes you feel colder. There's no doubt at all.
Yeah, true.
But if you go outside on a
The
winter
way
day,
it's measured isn't like a normal
It's not a
human's daily life
No.
measurement kind of thing.
and you guys know the differences in people. My wife is always cold. I'm never cold. So to assign a number to how you're going to feel is just totally, I feel, irresponsible. Now, the heat index does the same thing.
No, they're talking about the feels like temperature.
Well, that's similar to the heat index.
Okay.
So that's assuming there's no air moving. We all know we sweat. As soon as air moves, it removes sweat from your body, and you get a cooling effect from it. That says, oh, we're not going to take that into account. So it is, and it assumes that you're just stagnant in that warm air, and no evaporation is happening from your body. And I'll go back again to the previous statement. All humans react differently to temperature. I'm not lying. I never feel hot. So what good is the heat index to a guy like me? And then if you're a certain body form, my brother's like this, he sweats easily. He's always complaining it's so hot. And I'm like, doesn't bother me at all. So the heat index is rough too. You got to understand what these numbers mean. They're trying to be helpful, but to me they're misleading. That's
They're
all
misleading.
I'm saying.
Okay.
So
All
I
right.
hate both of them.
All right.
And I try to stay away from them.
That makes sense. All right, Nikki's
Now, what
turn.
about Nikki? You come over my house. I don't know. There's an emergency. Your car breaks down. It's the middle of a winter storm. You're stuck at my house for 2-3 days. You have nowhere else to go. You have to shower at my house. And you see the loofah.
I am not using the loofah.
I would venture to guess if she was staying at anyone's house, she's not going to use their loofah.
I think
Right.
I don't think it has to
Right.
do with what you do with yours. I just think in general, you're not going to borrow a loofah.
Right. I'm not going to use someone else's
that's too
loofah.
personal.
And I
Yeah.
don't use the loofahs either. Do you, Sean?
I
Not
love
either?
them.
No.
I use
See,
one
no,
every
but
day.
You kick
Love
about
this
8
stuff.
of them around the
You kick
shower.
around-
Because it's the kids more than... 'cause
They
won't
use the loofah?
Well, they won't use their own shower, so they use ours and
Okay.
leave all their stuff in it.
My wife talks about exfoliation and rubbing layers.
Yes.
Of
Yeah.
I can honestly say I never had that thought in my life.
You need to exfoliate.
No,
it's very
I
important.
don't.
Yes, you
Maybe
should.
that's why you look so good and I look so bad.
It could
so maybe
be.
you have a good point. All right, Nikki. She looks. Oh my God, she looks like a deer. The deer in the headlights. She's amazed by what she's reading. She doesn't want to read it. Here it is.
No, this is
Oh,
fine.
okay, good.
It's a question for you, Joe.
Oh,
This is from Brandon.
Brandon.
He says, if the summer solstice occurs in June, which I believe indicates the most direct sunlight and the longest daylight hours, why is the hottest month July? Does it have to do with ocean temperatures?
Did we get this one last week?
I don't know.
Or-
No, but maybe something similar.
I thought the
similar.
hottest month was August.
So
no.
we'll make it quick. The hottest month is a month after the solstice. So June, the sun is at its highest point. It's the most powerful, but yet the warmest temperatures of the year don't occur till about a month after that, and they last for about 3-4 weeks. So it's the same thing if you're in your house. Let's say you're in your home, and it's 60 degrees for whatever reason, and you want it to be 70. So you turn up your thermostat, right? So it's getting warmer, 62, 65. Then it gets to 70. At that very moment, you shut your thermostat back off. Do you think it might go up to maybe 70, 71 before it starts?
It could.
Yeah, it will, because it's still building up the heat. Your furniture, your curtains, they've absorbed heat. They're re-radiating that heat. So there's a little bit of a lag. And that's the same thing with the atmosphere. So even though the sun is strongest and highest in June, everything is still feeding back heat to the atmosphere, and it doesn't respond until 3-4 weeks after.
Interesting.
All right.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I didn't either.
Yeah. Hottest time, July and early August. Most powerful sun, June, and longest day, June 20th, June 21st.
Right.
22nd.
The solstice. Yep.
Yeah. But it takes a while, so there's a little bit of a feedback there.
Sorry, it took a while to read.
No more weather questions, right? We want insults, we want gossip, we want.
But do we want bird questions?
Since Nikki is a bird fanatic,
I know.
maybe,
I'm
I
thinking
don't know.
she's going to be offended by the lack of bird questions.
This
We
kind
need
of
them.
makes
we
sense.
Need them.
This is kind of a good
Sean's
follow.
gotta go to
It's a
one.
good follow up to what happened with the last question. Barb asks, so I've been listening to the podcasts for the past year. Question, do you have a trash can in the recording studio? If so, can you please throw out the pieces of paper that you have already read? So many times we end up hearing you reread a question that we already heard a week or two ago. Please take out the trash. I think it's not that they go back in. I think it's that people send in the same questions. Am I
Who is
wrong?
this?
Barb.
Barb, it is 100% my fault. Here's what happens. I print out the questions, don't look at them. If I see it's brown bag, and I put it in there. And then sometimes I'll like, did I put all the questions in there? And I'll look at my emails and I'll see, oh, here's some new questions. And they were already old questions that I put in there. And I forget what the cutoff is when I put them in.
Start using the little flag icon.
Yeah.
And
See,
when you
this is
print
why
it,
we have you
flag it.
here,
Just
Sean.
use the flag
I
icon.
really don't know anything about this. Help
Just
me
click
out.
the little flag. It turns red. Then you'll know you've printed it already.
I'm going to do this right now. So you're saying,
So
here's
that's
my
like
email. I'm
next to
looking.
the emails.
Right.
Go to your list.
With this, all right. So let's
We'll
say
go
I'm
back
looking
to the
at
list, like the main, like that list all the. There you go. So
Tegna.
A lot of good info
Let's,
today.
so let's say
Yeah,
it's this one.
really.
There's a little flag I can hit on there
there's
somewhere.
probably something you can.
So what kind of loofah do you like, Nikki?
See, I don't know
I
where
like
the
the ones
flag
like
is. I
that.
gotta.
Yeah, that's what I used to generally.
you're
I mean,
saying
they're
I'm
like,
like-
they're like a dollar.
There's a way.
They're
I
like
can-
$1
You
at
can
Walmart.
flag
Yeah.
that you've
We're
already-
talking about flag
and they
email.
exfoliate so nicely.
They do.
Okay.
You
I'm
only need a
willing
little
to
bit of
guess.
body
Do you
wash.
like soap or body wash?
I like body
Oh
wash.
Me
my
too.
God, these two will not be.
Vanilla
All right.
flavored or what? Or scented?
Or
What do
can
you
just
like?
delete it when you print it.
Not
Delete it when I
vanilla
print.
scented.
What
Girls,
do you?
Girls,
Flour?
I have a theory. All of the beauty stuff that you do does not make a difference at all.
Really?
like exfoliation. What are those scents that you buy? Those essential
oils. Yep.
My wife with the hair products, it doesn't matter. If you buy $2 generic shampoo versus $50,
It does matter.
Doesn't matter.
I think it
It
matters.
feels different. Oh, yes, it matters.
It doesn't matter.
It really does.
It feels
doesn't
better.
matter.
Yep.
Sean, tell him it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter to me only because I don't care. And maybe that's part
Me
of it.
neither, but I'm telling you, you guys are going to be the same beautiful creatures you are. I know
I
that.
don't think so.
I don't know. Although I did, instead of buying a really expensive conditioner or a hair mask, I used.
Whoa. Stop right there. What is a hair mask?
Well, that's what you would put on your hair and leave it on for a while to condition it really fully. I used coconut oil. And so that's so much cheaper, right, than buying like an expensive hair mask or an expensive conditioner. And I just used coconut oil, and it worked really well.
I think the industry is taking advantage of your gullibility.
They are. I agree.
Oh
You
yeah,
guys
100%. But we're still falling
Well,
for it.
I think the point you're trying to make makes sense in terms of
What?
if you think all these expensive things are changing a male's perspective of your
Oh,
beauty,
I see.
you're probably wrong because
Wrong.
they're not really paying attention.
but what
But
we
if
know
it makes
is,
you,
what if we
it
forced
makes-
ourselves to pay
But
attention?
if it makes you feel better, or if you feel like it's making a difference for you and that makes you feel better, then I'm okay with spending the money on whatever kind of works for you. But if you're doing it for someone else, I wouldn't worry about it because I'm
But if-
venturing to
isn't-
guess
You're
they're
not gonna pay attention.
No, they're not paying attention.
But isn't that flawed
No,
thinking?
I'm like, well, what am I gonna
What
have
if
for
Jeffrey
dinner? More than
Dahmer-
I'm like,
Yeah.
Mindy's hair looks great today.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
exactly.
about what's for lunch.
Dinner, yeah.
But you're saying if it makes you feel good, do it. I don't know if that's good advice.
Why?
No, but if you feel like it's making a difference, and
What
it
if
that
Jeffrey
makes you
Dahmer
feel
felt
better.
better as a human because he murdered? Would you say go
Wow.
ahead?
I'm
and-
sure he did feel better.
Well, there are certain things that are
I'm not
moral and
saying-
immoral.
Yeah.
You have to take
I'm
into
just-
account morality.
Just taking it
apples to
to-
apples comparisons here. I don't know.
But I do believe that we spend way too much
You
money
do.
on products, makeup, beauty products.
Yes.
And now it's getting worse with social media because my kids will be like, oh, I need this thing. I need this Charlie Parker eyeshadow
Oh,
palette.
This makes me
Bubble.
so angry.
Oh,
And it's like
yeah.
$150.
See, I
Like,
know
it's
all these
crazy.
things.
It's just scam.
You know
I have two
Jeffrey
daughters, so I know all these
Star?
things.
Oh yeah, we know them all.
I'm
we
glad
know
I
'em.
don't know these things.
It's bad.
We need
yeah.
a control. We need a clone control group, Mindy, and I'm not going to give her any products at all.
Oh,
And
that'd
I
be
bet
interesting.
You after 5 years of use, you two would look the same.
No, I don't think so. I think there are certain things
thinking-
that do help. Retinol, hyaluronic
No,
acid.
no.
Yes.
Sean, could you-
Moisturizing helps.
Could you help me get a clone Mindy control group?
Yeah, I'll get cracking on that.
Yeah. I'm sure science can do it. I mean, they've cloned all sorts of things. They can clone me. Why not? It might be expensive.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, I think so. You might want to end this
We can end
discussion
with
right now.
Clone control group, Mindy.
Did
That's
anybody
all we
watch the show where Paul Rudd cloned himself? Wasn't that
I
great?
don't know if I ever finished it.
They never had another season. I really liked it. It was so good.
need. All right. I don't know what this means. Did you pull my Kurt Aaron question yet? We need to hear the Carnival Man on a Mr. Curiosity podcast. I want to hear how he comes off to me. Maybe I didn't read the whole thing. Maybe I'm wrong. All right. So what does he mean by Carnival Man? He's like a showman?
What?
I don't know.
I missed
It's
Well,
that.
saying-
maybe because Kurt's been going to all the fairs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
well,
what
this
it
person
is.
asked before in a past episode why Kurt Aaron doesn't do the podcast.
He's not here.
Well, yeah, he is a PM guy. There are months that pass when I don't see Kurt Aaron at
Yeah,
all.
exactly.
He comes in
Opposite
when I'm
shifts,
yeah,
yeah.
opposite shifts. So I'd love to have him on the podcast.
We should ask him to come in early.
We need the Carnival Man here because he could be
Carnival
That's what he
Man.
said in the question.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. He could be the ringleader.
We could set aside all the
Yeah.
Kurt Aaron specific questions.
We'll get it.
and
We'll have a
special-
Kurt Aaron day for him.
special
Oh,
episode.
we'll have the Kurt Aaron
He
show.
probably love this too. He could take.
Just don't put it back in.
I'm not putting it back. He can take hits. He loves the back and forth and the abuse. He can handle it.
Okay, this is a weird one.
Ooh, perfect. Here we go.
I don't know if I like it though.
Is it ever weirder
Uh-oh,
than
get the
can?
bell ready.
Mindy, here you
It's
go.
not fun weird. It's
Yeah.
just scary.
Does it get any
it's
weirder
kinda
than-
scary weird?
Ooh, no, I'm in.
Nikki's in.
No, everyone's like, ooh.
Ooh. If you, I know, right? Some sick, demented person sent this in.
From Sean.
Exactly. If you could explode people's heads by just looking at them, would you abuse the power?
I feel like I might accidentally.
Wait a minute. This could be the best question ever in the history of mankind.
Is
All
that
right.
what you think?
So you just look at someone and their head explodes. Would
But-
you abuse? Let's say you had that power.
But does it happen accidentally?
Well, that's what
Or-
I'm worried about.
Let's pretend you have to think about it.
You do have to think about it. Okay, so it's purposeful.
So you go back to 1933, you explode Adolf Hitler. There.
But at that point, isn't he just like an art student? Like, do we know if
Okay,
he's...
we take it to 38.
Okay,
All right.
okay. I gotcha. I don't know.
You want to make sure he's already committing the crime.
Right,
All
yeah.
So would you abuse the power, though?
Or would you
I think
would you
my
do it
fear
for
would-
good?
I feel like my fear would just be like accidentally. I'm in a room full of people. I happen to look over. Someone's head explodes. I'm like, oh no! And I look over at someone else, and then pretty soon the whole room I've wiped out.
This is
In
like a horror
panic.
movie.
It's like Frozen, where she can't control her powers.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
fear.
You're like Elsa.
I don't want to be an Elsa.
No, well, let's pretend you have to really think about it for a minute. You have to consciously think, okay, I'm going
And
to
there's
explode
like a
their head.
two-factor authentication process.
Yes.
You get
Are
your-
you sure
you get
you're
a
not
code on your phone.
Yes. Please enter the 4-digit code we just texted you. Okay, boom. Maybe then.
Oh man.
Even then, our government doesn't allow assassinations, of even enemies. Mindy's.
Okay, never. I won't go
Our
there.
criminal justice system allows for due process. So when would you use this? Even if you knew someone was a horrible person and they weren't caught yet, would you look at them and
Was that the
explode?
question? Is like someone cuts you off in traffic? and
That's
you're
what I
gonna
mean.
Yeah, it's
explode their head?
abusing the power is different than using
Maybe
the
if
power.
it was legal to do so.
Well, now
would you
you're
do
getting
it?
too hypothetical, though. So you're saying this is an alternate world,
Yeah.
and you allowed to explode heads by looking at it.
Yes.
Does everyone have this power or just you? If everyone has this
There'd be
power,
no
we're
one left.
done.
Yeah,
There'd be
we're
no
done.
one left. There would be nobody left.
The cockroaches would
Yeah,
rule the
we
world.
Literally
Yeah.
would just wipe each other out.
Can I?
Nikki, do you, Mindy, have a boyfriend that you hated in your past that you would like to explode their head in the amount of rage? At some
Not
point?
really. I
don't
think
know
we
if
all
I-
left on amicable terms.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure
I
I've
don't-
ever disliked anyone to the extent,
That I'd
would
wanna
I don't-
explode their head.
I didn't either.
Yeah. So
I might want to crush their head.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Squish
could
their head.
see if that question were give someone a headache, a really bad migraine, then I'd be in. But I don't want to explode
If I
them.
could give someone a boo-boo belly.
Mindy, you're on film. You're doing something behind our back. Let's
Do you
see.
want to reveal who wrote the question?
Well, no. That just means I copy and pasted it a lot of times.
Oh.
Because when I get good ones, yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean it was from me. It
Are
does
you
say me.
sure?
I promise.
I think you're making it up.
I would tell you. I would tell you.
Okay, I thought for
would tell
sure
you.
this was your question that you wrote. That's why I'm sitting here laughing. I'm like, you idiot. You're like,
No.
this might be the best question ever.
Or people ask me and they tell me things or they email me and then I have to,
Okay.
because it's on another platform, then I have to
Okay.
copy paste.
I believe
promise.
you. I believe
promise,
you.
I promise.
Okay.
That
All
was
right.
not from me.
Nikki, you definitely have to pick a
But
question.
we didn't come to, so was that your question though?
No,
So,
that- yeah, that was mine,
So
yeah.
what, we need an answer though.
I wouldn't.
You would never do that.
No.
I can't see you ever doing that.
No, I don't think I would. No. Unless you really made me mad. And then I
Not
might.
me, but what if it were like Bernie Madoff? You can explode his head. He took billions from people. He's a horrible person.
Yeah, he's a horrible person.
You see him in the jail cell and you
Yeah.
just look and
Yeah, I just don't know if I could do that. It's not in my nature.
Be like immediate regret after. Like, take that. Oh no. What did I do?
Whoops.
too quick. It's too sudden.
Yeah. It's too much. Too messy.
I gotta find someone who can unexplode people's heads. to
Nikki,
be
would
my-
you? Would you? Or so?
I wouldn't.
You would never. You would never use that power at all. You're
No.
born with this power. Never.
No, I would
Under
want
no
a different power.
Here's the thing: you would have had to use it once to even know you had it.
Yeah. Or you're
True.
just told by
And the-
some superior.
But would you trust someone just told you, "Hey, you have the ability to explode heads" without trying it once?
All right, Nikki, you're out for a hike this week. Right?
Uh huh.
Some guy tries to murder you
Oh, then I'd use it.
Okay, so they don't say
If some
never.
guy
Yeah,
for self-defense, yeah.
Self-defense. He's trying to steal your wallet. He's got a knife.
Oh yeah.
You look at him. You think for 20 seconds, head explode, boom.
Then I
After-
would. In that instance, if my life is in danger.
Okay, so self-defense, head
Self-defense,
exploding is
head
okay.
exploding,
I think
yeah.
we can all agree on that one.
Yeah. Why not?
Self-defense. So self-defense, head exploding only.
Okay.
I'm going with that.
All right.
Final answer. All right. This one isn't as exciting as head exploding. I don't know if anything could be.
We need to taper it down anyway.
Yeah. All right. Lenny wants to know, the robins come here in the spring, but now I don't see them around. Oh, it's a bird question. It's a bird question. And I picked
Birds aren't
it.
real. We just
I
answered.
liked it.
There's the answer. Birds aren't real.
Aw, Lenny. He knew I was here. The robins come here in the spring, but now I don't see them around. Where do they go in the summer?
He does have a good point. It seems like
Oh, no, I still have a lot of robins in my yard.
so. Yeah, so I think we know what's happening. That, or do you know? I don't want to cut into your.
No,
question.
I don't know.
So robins are some of the few birds that do overwinter here. Some robins fly south. Not most, but a lot of birds fly south. But robins can overwinter. So I think you see them in March, April, because they're the only birds around. And then when all the other birds come back, it's still the same amount, but they look like they're in less proportion because all the other ones are confusing your
Or
visual
maybe
periphery.
wherever Lenny is, the robins ate all the food and they moved a little bit or something.
Something like that, right?
Could
But
be.
I don't think there's less robins in the warm season than there are in the spring. But we're no bird experts here.
They
That's
might
true.
fly.
I'm no ornithologist.
Speak for
They might
yourself.
Oh, wait a minute. Nikki, so go ahead and tell us. What is this again? Sugar and who?
Cinnamon and sugar.
She gets offended by this. And
They're
what?
coming in one day.
We want to meet them.
One day.
Yeah.
You love those birds.
I do love those birds. They're great. They really are.
Do they have little bird personalities?
Yeah. Cinnamon is he's
No. I want to know. Shut up, Joe.
This is like me talking about loofah.
Cinnamon is what?
Cinnamon's the boy, and he always
Spicy.
sings and dances, and he says pretty
Doesn't
bird.
sing and dance.
Yes, he does. I'll post a video.
Little top hat and a cane.
Yeah. It's like the Warner Brothers frog, only you see it and then disappears.
They have an
He sings and
Instagram
dances. Then
account.
Sean, we come in and he's just
They
like,
do?
Yeah, they have more followers
Doesn't even
than
say it.
me.
Doesn't even tweet.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
And Sugar, she only likes me. She doesn't really deal with
going on
anybody
about
else.
this.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
If
And
you-
they like each other.
They do like each other.
Yeah.
But they haven't mated.
Okay. How do you know? Maybe it happened when you weren't there.
I don't have any little bird babies.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to tell you this that I saw on a poster when I was in 6th grade. If you really love something, you let it go.
You set it free.
You have to set those birds free, okay?
It's an empty cage. Yeah. That's the poster. The poster's an empty cage with the door open.
I hate those
Like
inspirational
hanging
posters.
from the branch. Hang in there.
Yes.
Yes, the
For
cat
me, it
hanging
was
from the branch.
cat hanging down.
Yep.
It was hang in there. We've all seen that
Hang in
poster,
there.
right?
Oh my gosh.
Joe, I'm going to bring them in and they'll probably bite you.
They
'Cause
probably
they
will.
have an idea that you're,
An instigator.
yeah.
Just to refresh my memory, so do you let them fly around the house ever or no? Or do you
Yeah.
ever- and then what? If you open up a door, would they go and never come back?
One of them, I think, would never come back.
Yeah,
but the
because
other
they don't.
one,
Because
the
they're
other one
prisoners.
would.
Because they're prisoners. They don't love you. You think they?
I did the magic bell.
Guess I have to shut up. That's the
Oh,
rule.
he needs the
Okay.
magic bell for that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sean, what do you got?
Are we moving on?
Yes,
All right.
I think we're done with
This is
the birds.
this is a lot of paper for a very short question. All right. How far is too far for a road trip? That's from Travis.
Travis. Okay. Travis is
I
back.
wonder why he has his own bag. He's got great questions.
How far
Yeah.
is too far for a
Wow.
road trip?
Wow, Sean. This,
I'd
you
say-
have to tackle this one.
Right now, with the kids, the age they are, I would say anything longer than like a day's drive. Like,
What do you mean by a day? 24 hours? Or do you mean
I
like
could
10
probably
hours?
drive like 14, 16 hours somewhere, and that would be the extent of it.
Okay.
Yeah, but if I say I'm going to Philly, 2.5 hours away, that's a road trip. If I said I'm taking a road trip.
But that's not too far. I would say anything longer than like a 16-hour drive.
Oh
would
yeah,
be
I
too
took it
far
as
for
what's
a
too.
road trip.
I'm
What's
sorry, I took it as what's too
far?
minimum. He's saying
No,
what's
no,
too
too
far.
long.
Okay, too
Yeah.
far.
Yeah, in 14
Well, what
hours.
does it become after a road
Sean,
trip?
you could make it to Iowa.
There you go.
Well, what's the next stage?
Our
Is that
dream-
really a road trip,
My
though?
children's
Or is that a
dreams.
vacation?
My children's dreams would come true if we could
Yes.
drive to Iowa.
It's what did Joe describe it the other day? He said it was flat with shrubbery and Walmart and John Deere. That's what he said.
Oh.
I was like, oh.
Even
I was
better.
like, there's more to Iowa.
Desolate waste.
There's
don't have
there's
that
more.
anywhere else.
Shrubs.
There's so much more. And then John Meyer started looking up how much forest is in Iowa because he was curious. So after you said that, he's like,
What
oh,
is the
shrubbery,
percentage?
8%.
8%. See,
As opposed to Pennsylvania, which is 59%.
wow.
There you go.
Wow.
Isn't
See,
that
what-
different?
this is-
Nikki did have a point though. Is just driving a distance to a destination a road trip, or is that just like going
Well,
on vacation?
yeah, Nikki, that's what I want to know.
What constitutes a
What
road
is a
trip?
road trip? That's what-
Stopping
I
at
think
places
that's-
along the way.
Yeah.
That's what he's getting
to
at.
experience them.
And what's the next stage after a road trip? What's the next term for if you're going too far?
Moving,
Relocating.
relocate.
But if you came in here, Mindy, and you said I'm going for a road trip to Iowa, I'd be like, that's not a road trip.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
say
it
that
is.
too.
No,
You
I'd
would-
be like,
you'd say it
"That's-"
wasn't?
But I don't know what it is.
I
That's
call it a
something-
road trip.
Yeah, I would say that's a road
Yeah.
trip.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
on the
like-
road and we're tripping. We're
No, but I
like-
mean the
driving there.
phrase.
Because you can't just go to Iowa for a day if you're driving and then
so
go
you think a
home.
road trip
I
is
think
like
it's
a
one
short
day.
thing?
Yeah.
I think it's with
Oh,
I think it's in the
yeah.
confines of one day.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that's
thought it
what I
was like
think.
just for like vacation or whatever, like going.
No, I think a road trip above a day is something else.
Oh,
But I don't know what.
okay. I didn't see it that way.
What comes after road trip? These are the things we discover on this podcast.
A weekend getaway?
Could
Getaway,
be.
maybe getaway might be after road trip.
Yeah.
We might have to revisit this. We might have to look up the
We need to look up definitions. Yes.
first, and then someone
But
pick a
my-
question while I
My
look.
Is it
answer
my
to that
turn?
is
What is a road trip?
Yeah, what is it?
no road trip is too long.
No
if you're
road trip.
enjoying it,
You
just
enjoy your
keep
company?
going.
Then I changed my answer. It's
I
1
enjoy
hour. No,
yourself.
I'm kidding.
I think road trip implies like a fresh let's go somewhere thing.
Yeah, I don't necessarily
Not
think
like
of
a
it.
long. When I drive to Florida to my mother's condo, that's not my mother-in-law's condo. That's not a road trip.
It definitely is.
It is?
Yeah.
See, I don't think
That's
so
something
either.
else.
Do you pass south of the border?
Okay,
That's
so
a road trip.
Real quick response from Google search. A road trip is a long journey, usually taken by car, truck, or other automobile that can be recreational, spontaneous, or for business.
See, there's a little spontaneity in there.
Huh.
Some say the most compelling aspects of a road trip are conversations and bonding that occur when everyday distractions are removed.
Interesting.
No, so I think that nailed it.
Someone says take regular breaks every 100 miles or 2 hours to stay alert and fresh. So it's got to be at least 2
That's
hours.
funny.
to
But I
be
think a road trip implies some spontaneity and frivolity.
And they all say long trip. Like long is part of what the definition of road trip is. So it has to be
Yeah.
I
long.
definitely
So
feel
what
like
is-
when we go to Iowa, it's a road trip. It
I
seems
stand
like
corrected
Say.
then.
you have
No,
to
I'm still
pack
with
all
you.
the
You
stuff,
You
the
could still
snacks.
have a road trip that's just like a couple hour drive somewhere. But I guess the question was, what's too long?
No, what if I said, hey, next month I'm going on a road trip? Doesn't make sense because it assumes some
No, it
spontaneity.
does. No, I don't think it has
Nikki
to be
and I maybe
spontaneous.
have a different. You
Like-
say road trip like, hey, I'm going on a road trip.
Like, would it be? I think it's the difference between whether you fly or drive. Like, if you're going on to California, is it going to be a road trip or are you going to fly?
Well, the word road though, you're on the road.
Yeah.
You can't take a road trip without the road.
Well, no, I know that's what I'm saying. But
So
like,
anywhere you drive in a
if you
car is
drove
a road
to
trip.
California for a vacation,
I'd
it'd
say
be a road
that's
trip.
too far for a road trip. I would say
California.
But it would
California
still
is.
be a, it would
Wow,
still
okay.
be a road trip.
But it would still
Unless
be.
I had like several weeks to like.
So your
enjoy
cutoff
it.
is what? Half of a country?
I don't know.
Well, this is what he wants to know.
Depends on how much time I have. If I'm retired, man, I'll just keep going.
I mean, I always thought I'd like to drive like across country.
Yeah,
But
me
then
I've
fly
done it. It's
home.
torture.
So, really?
Yeah,
Yep.
it is.
Could we change subject with Nathan? He's got another deep ponderable. Why does 9 to 5 a.m., 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. seem like days, but 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. seems like 5 minutes. Nathan in Williamsport.
He's
Well,
asleep.
that's an
Because
easy
you're
one.
sleeping
Yeah,
for
so
most
now,
of it?
So now,
He's
yeah,
time
but,
traveling.
But do you see the deepness of that question? So
No.
they're the same time, but one you're unconscious. You're not there.
Or is he working third shift?
Yeah, I mean, if you're working that shift, he didn't say that. Then it feels like it's
9 to 5, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. seems like it takes days. Like it's long. It feels long.
right.
But compared to 9 p.m. to 5 p.m., where you're sleeping for most of it, probably, it seems shorter.
He's
Well, yeah.
assuming sleep in this question, I think.
I think so, and assuming
Unless
work
he's
during the day.
Just up 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, when I worked day shift, 3 weeks ago, the 9 to 5, whatever, seemed like days. And this shift, it's not 9 to 5, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m., but it's 3 a.m. to 11. It seems like it takes 5 minutes.
But I think you're
that's
also
'cause we're so
probably-
fun.
I think you're also probably like technically half asleep
Half
for
asleep.
3
Yeah.
hours of it. The
Yeah.
first 3
True,
hours,
true.
you're half asleep. Your brain's half off.
Yes.
So it doesn't seem, you know.
I try to do that. I try to sleep while I'm at work so that I
Eyes-
just
eyes
it goes
open.
fast.
Oh.
Mindy's trained herself to sleep with her eyes open at her desk and her hands move
Yeah.
like she's typing.
That would be a great trick.
Maybe she's actually sleeping on the anchor desk.
Maybe I am. It could be.
I've experienced sometimes that to be true. No offense, Mindy. I'm sure you saw that me in the backyard too. Nikki, if I blindfolded your two little birds and then brought them to my
We are
house,
done with the bird
and then brought them
question.
to my house, and you're no longer in their life, and then unblindfolded them, and I fed them and everything, talked to them, would they be happy? Do you think?
No, they'd be heartbroken.
I don't believe.
No, I think no. I actually read a
birds
really interesting book about a bird named Alex. Have you heard about that parrot?
Alex the honking bird.
I don't.
Yeah, I know
Was
who
it
that
like
is.
old, like from the 70s or 80s or
Something, yeah.
Yeah, I read a whole book about this woman who trained Alex the bird, and it could do math. Like the bird could do all these.
The bird was close to this woman,
Yes, they were so close.
and you feel that.
I'm just saying that you can develop a relationship with
Did
a
they get
bird.
separated and then the bird just died?
Well, no,
was,
that didn't happen. Unfortunately, the bird did die, but no, they didn't get separated. She was doing research with the bird and all this stuff. So, and she was on like Johnny Carson with the bird, all that kind of.
People leave them in their wills.
Yeah.
Because,
Well, that's because
yeah.
they live for too darn long. How long do your birds live?
15 to 25 years.
Oh, because sometimes
But
a parrot.
like those
Some
parrots
parrots
will
live,
live 100
like,
years or something.
yeah, 100 years.
85 years, yeah.
So they're just you have them. Yeah, you have them too long.
I don't think your birds love you. I'll be honest with you.
You've never even met them.
You've never even met them.
I think just they like that you feed them and they like that you keep them
They
warm.
put little notes in her lunch every day.
Yeah.
Aw.
They would if
No.
they
They
could.
scratch little.
They do love
Well,
me.
if you went on a vacation, would you trust me with the birds or no?
I would
Not
say
with that
no.
attitude. No. No.
You'd come back and Joe would be like, I don't know. They got out of their cage. I don't know what happened. I'm not sure. No, I'm just saying you should read this bird book because
I'm not
it's
gonna
really
read the
good.
bird book.
It's really good.
Birds
I'm
are
actually
supposed
going to
to be-
give it to Nikki so she can read it. I think she'd really love it.
Birds were supposed to be banned, and now they take up 20 minutes of the stupid
I
podcast.
cried. I cried at the end of this book. It was so good.
Oh, Mindy.
It was really good.
Let's go back to cloning you and not giving it makeup and skin products.
I don't think it would work, honestly. I think I would be hideous. Everybody'd say, look away. She's hideous. Okay.
You do
let's
make
see.
a point because I'm the control group in that, and I'm hideous.
Oh, gosh. Here, tell me if you want me to answer that.
All right, here we go.
No, don't read it out loud. Okay, I'll ring the bell for you. I'll pick another one.
Why can't I say that?
Can you? I
We
don't know.
did this. We've already done this.
We've already done that one?
We've already done that.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
so the Kim
all right.
Soupon thing, that goes back to the early 90s.
Right. It's over. It's done
over,
with.
it's done.
Yeah.
We moved
like,
on.
why do we have to even revisit? Okay. WWE is coming. Oh, wait. I think we had this one too. Oh, wait, maybe not.
Maybe it's a different twist. WWE. So there's a wrestling question.
WWE is coming to town, and they want to see a WNEP team tag team match.
Tag team. I don't think we did tag team.
Who in the station are you teaming up with, and why?
Oh, this is you.
This is a new one. So who am I going to team up with?
But wait a minute. Because you're a female, and there are obviously the physical difference between males and females.
Yeah, I'm
in many
smarter than you.
cases.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking like body size.
Oh, okay.
To make this more valid, let's pretend. I don't know. Does it have to be two females or a male and a female?
I don't know.
What I'm saying is you are going to be
Right.
against another male and female here. So let's do it that way.
Okay.
No, well, whatever you pick.
Yeah, whatever I pick.
If it's another female you want as your partner, then it'll be two other females. If it's another man, then it'll be a man and a woman. Here we go.
Okay, let me think.
Be serious now. So you're in a tag
So, Joe is made of Slovakian steel.
team. I'm not a
that
good
would be
fighter.
good.
I'm not a good fighter, and I'm only 170
You're
pounds.
wily, and
Yeah, but
you're
think of someone
and I
like-
bet you fight dirty.
These are all true.
Okay,
You're going
see?
to pick me?
I don't know.
I'd
no.
love to do this with you.
John Meyer is extremely tall.
He's got the physical
Right, he's got
yeah,
the reach. Yeah,
but
like
he's such a
he's too
gentle
nice.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, he might be too nice. What do you think, Nikki? Too nice?
Too nice.
Yeah, he
nice.
wouldn't. He wouldn't
Definitely
fight
too
dirty.
nice.
That's for sure.
He's not going to peck your eyes out like
Right.
the birds.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, so
wait. I didn't mean that.
you said right.
Let's see. I don't know. I think.
Well, Don Jacobs too old?
Oh
'Cause
no,
he's
Don
kind of a-
Jacobs Smith. Well, he's probably heavily armed. So maybe he would be a no weapons.
There's a guy
okay.
named Brian Hollingshead here. He's
huge.
He's
He's a big guy. Gosh, I don't
does it say
know.
on air though? I don't know. So
It doesn't
we-
necessarily. Which just
so
who in the
so
station are you teaming up
Yeah,
with?
so I mean, it's a good question. Who do you respect in terms of, I guess, physical warfare? Is that what it is? I guess.
Maybe APAL. Maybe would he?
Of all people, Eddie Palumbo.
Pal.
He's not gonna wrestle.
I don't know. He might. There might be some internal.
No, that's the worst
internal
pick I
anger
ever.
or.
Well, then, Nikki, I want you and me against her and APAL. Now, this is gonna be.
I love it.
Now
I
I'm
love
into
it.
this. This would be.
This could be good.
No, it wouldn't be. We would
Oh.
destroy you.
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
know. I don't know.
Take you and APAL down.
He
Nikki,
might
you can
surprise
stand on the
you.
sideline.
I'd have the birds as my secret weapon.
That's true. They could peck our eyes out, of course. Now, have you seen the movie The Birds?
Yeah.
Yes.
Does that freak
We're
you
back
out
to
or
the
not
birds.
really?
Here we
No,
go.
it doesn't freak me out.
Okay. All right. I was just
Do they
curious.
peck eyes out?
Mine
In the
don't.
movie? Yes.
just
In the movie they do,
life.
yeah.
You always hear that. You feel like when you're sleeping, it's going to escape and peck your eyes out?
No.
Because they don't like you. They want to be free.
I feel like Nikki watches the birds, but looks at the birds as the heroes. Of
Right,
the story.
exactly. They're the
She has
victims
a whole
in
different
this.
perspective of the birds.
Right.
Like the people are the problem.
Those humans
and
are
the birds
taking
are the
over
solution.
the
Right.
environment. They're
The
ruining the
birds are the
landscape.
solution, right.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
all the people's fault.
Right.
It could be.
Sean,
Definitely.
thanks for that perspective. You're
Yes.
right. I think any outsider would say that people are the problem.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So thank you.
All right,
So
yeah.
I
We'll
think
do-
this will be the last one. We're going to end
All right.
with you, Nikki. Are we
Okay.
40 minutes in? That's
Sounds
usually
good.
how- Yep.
How did it get to be 40 minutes already?
It goes quick because
It
you're
goes
having such
quick.
an awesome time.
Oh,
All right.
that must be it.
But Nikki, did you end the last one? Because I think you had like 2 or 3 questions. It has to end with you being satisfied.
No, I'm listening to you and I'm trying to read the question at the same time. And I was thinking I didn't answer the last question about who I would pick for my partner.
Oh, yeah.
who'd
Who would
you
you
pick?
pick?
I'd pick Chelsea.
Oh, that's a good
Should be
one.
scrappy.
Well, so now it's 2. So if you were going to pick
Yeah.
of
Well,
2 females, so
I
it's
don't
you
know
and
who
Chelsea.
I'd pick for a male, but I was thinking that I'd pick Chelsea.
Something
Yeah.
about her, you're right.
Yeah,
Right.
she's so athletic.
She's very strong. Yep.
I think she has a mean streak in her too.
Could be.
Well, I saw her doing the inflatables, and she was like kind
I
of
thought you
going
were gonna
against.
say like beat someone in the
No,
fight.
well, she was going against somebody with the inflatable.
She
so
seems
I'm
physical.
thinking-
She seems physical. She seems frenetic. She seems
Yeah.
energetic. Yeah.
I think she'd do it.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
You're right.
I think you and her would beat Palumbo. And,
Yeah, they would.
know?
They
I
would.
think
We would just
WWE's
fall
ever in
over.
town, she should do a check it out.
with this wrestling match.
Oh, that's
I
a good
think she
idea.
should.
That'd be a good check it out.
Yeah.
She should.
Pro wrestling, yeah.
We said it, so it's got to happen
By
now.
the way, do you guys ever watch female wrestling? I
No.
see it.
No, sorry.
I never watch any wrestling. I don't know.
I've never really gotten into it.
Even the
The most I watched wrestling was like when I was small.
when I was a
and
kid.
it was
yeah,
like
all
Hulk
the
Hogan and
when it was
those
fake.
guys,
Yeah, it was good.
It's fake.
It's
It's still fake.
Yeah.
What about the popular? What's that new wrestling everyone watches now?
No,
It's
you're
like,
talking
UFC?
about UFC. That's not wrestling, though.
Yeah, that's different.
like
That's
actual
just
fighting.
ultimate fighting.
Yeah.
I don't like to see two humans fight. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah,
do
I don't
anything
really
for
get
me.
into it, but
But you, I'd like to see fight.
But her birds love watching that stuff.
I like.
They get all fired up.
You know what, Sean? The birds want to change the channel, but their dictator doesn't let them leave the cage or do anything they want.
Puts wrestling on. You look over, the birds are cracking little tiny bird beers.
Well, she controls every aspect of their life. That's why they hate
You control every aspect of Jet's life.
they control every aspect of mine.
Yeah,
pretty
that's
much.
probably true. Yeah.
Jet's
Yeah.
not in a cage, Mindy. He's free. There's a door in our basement. He can go in and out. He can do what he wants.
Can't leave the property.
He could.
Well,
They're not caged, beaten birds. No, I made up the beaten part. I'm sorry. They're not caged.
They're not beaten.
she loves them. Nikki's never doing the podcast
we
again.
found your weak spot and we're exploiting it. That's all
Oh
this
my
is. We love you and your birds. I'm just kidding.
All I know now
birds.
is this question better be great.
yeah, this better be.
It's not even a question. It's just a statement. So I'll just read it quick. It would be great if you brought the new weather guy Tyler Hughes as a guest on your podcast. He seems like a real character, just like you.
This is a great way to end.
Yeah.
So, he something about him.
He's a good kid.
I have like
He
a
is a
mini
good
man
kid.
crush on this kid.
Yeah.
He's good. He's very passionate about meteorology. He's knowledgeable. Folks don't realize he's still in college. He's in his
Yeah.
senior year. He's very knowledgeable, but he's so good.
Yeah.
Isn't he?
Yeah, it's amazing
Yeah.
his maturity level for being a senior in college.
He
Some
gives me, and I could be wrong,
Okay.
he gives me a little bit of a Tom Clark vibe.
Well,
Really?
he has a strong presence, and you can't. I don't think you can
Like
create
you
that.
can,
He just
in
has
that-
it.
I
Yeah.
think in that you can feel the excitement for what they do. You can tell
Yeah.
they really enjoy what
The
they're-
passion
like,
for
Tom
it.
Yeah.
was always like you
So-
could just
yeah,
tell
yeah.
Tom was really into it.
Yeah.
You know, Tom was like really like into doing the weather. I feel like Tyler's very much like the same. You can just tell, and you all are.
Yeah,
But
that's
I mean,
true.
it's that vibe of like you can tell he's into it.
So folks need to know Tyler's from the Boston area. He goes to College of Penn State, which is one of the best meteorology schools in the country. And he's going to be leaving us soon, back to school, and we may never see him again here unless he gets a full-time job here. Maybe he will. I'm just saying. He'll be done soon.
We'll miss him.
Yeah.
We will miss him. He's
Because
good.
what he's allowed to do is be a free bird. He's going to do what he wants.
Oh my gosh.
Like Leonard Skinner advised us all to do.
He got those
He's
wings.
he's as free as a bird, unlike Nikki's birds. Which are caged.
Pour cinnamon and sugar.
Yeah. They
I'm
get
just
all
kidding.
the
If
food
they were left
want.
in the real world, they'd probably be dead by now. Parasites, predators.
They would be.
Yeah, you gave them a great life.
They get. Thank you.
I just have to say stuff like that.
Yes.
Just got a message. The lawyers are now happy.
Yeah.
The lawyers are happy with your response there, so we're
I'm
good.
messing
we're
with you,
Okay.
Nikki. All right, thanks everybody. Got questions? These were good, weren't they?
They were great.
Get them in. Brownbag at WNEP.com. Brownbag, one word, at WNEP.com. And now the loofah bar gets put back in, and we do this again in 2 weeks. Peace out.
Bye.
Curiosity. What are you so curious about? Everything, Mr. Curiosity. About